Good morning. It's the Call Flo Radio Show, and you're on the air.
It is indeed time for the Call Flo Radio Show. Your time right now, it is 8:07. Today's date is April 15th, and joining us today in the studio, we have a very, very special guest. We have Cheryl Gibson from the Virginia Wine Festival at Farmville. Sorry, not the Virginia. That's a much bigger, prestigious organization. But we do have the Farmville Wine Festival, and it's a very great event with a lot of vendors, a lot of local wineries. And Cheryl, why don't you tell us a little bit about the Farmville Wine Festival?
Thank you, Noah. I appreciate being able to be here and to talk to everybody. The Farmville Wine Festival is put on by Meals on Wheels, and we try to have sponsors to defray our costs before we ever open the gates. Mm-hmm. So all of the ticket sales, all of the vendor booth fees, and any money that we make through the sale of the beer or our 50-50 raffle or our silent auction all goes 100% to Meals on Wheels. And it just takes $5 a day to be able to feed somebody. So when you make several $1,000s in an event like this, you can really help a lot of people. So we encourage you all to come out for that reason. We have Bird Cellars, Rebec Vineyards, Forefront Cellars, Muddy Paws Winery, and Bright Meadows Farm coming to join us, as well as beer from Three Roads Brewing. We have food from the Bistro Brothers Barbecue and Catering out of Lynchburg. They've been with us several times.
Nice.
We have Stroud Lobster that's doing lobster rolls. This will be their first time with us. El Taco Loco, they came last year, and they're a big hit here locally. And Amish Pretzels will be here. And the Snack Wagon, they've been with us before. And so some really good food that we'll have that day. We want to thank some of our sponsors. That would be Haley Automotive Group, Max's British Cars, Joyce Eggleston, Benchmark Community Bank, Farmers Bank of Appomattox here locally, Citizens Bank, LaFoon Realty, and Francisco's Restoration, just to name a few.
Absolutely.
And so we have a lot of different vendors. I think I've got 22 that are coming. We have everything from jewelry to paintings. We've got some vintage stuff. We've got some, the Lemonade Shark is coming back. Northern Neck Popcorn Bag is coming back. We've got Avon, Goats R Us is going to be there. We've got planters. We've got soaps and lotions and all sorts of fun stuff. So I hope y'all will come out to join us.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so when is this again? Is it April 19th?
April 19th, Saturday.
Right.
We open the gates at 10:30. And, of course, we have our fabulous Castaways Band who have been with us for several years.
Yeah. How long have they been doing that for, by the way?
This will probably be... we took 2 years off for COVID. Mm-hmm. So if we had done it during COVID, this may be their 10th year. We met them in Halifax at the Cantaloupe Festival and asked them if they would be gracious enough to give us a break on their charges and come do our wine festival for Meals on Wheels. And they agreed. They love coming. We've had to flex our dates a little bit sometimes because they are an award-winning beach music band, and they now play at the Beach Music Festival that's in Virginia Beach, so we have to trade off dates a little bit. But they cover everything. They do country, they do Motown. You'll hear them doing a little bit of rap. They do a lot of the popular music out there now as covers, and they are good at everything they sing. It's just wonderful. When my husband was alive, he would get up and sing with them a couple of times, and we really enjoyed that. And so they have a very special place in my heart as being a great group of people.
That's very
special.
They
are wonderful.
What is incredible. And what kind of music do they play to get people in the mood for wine, at the Farmville Wine Festival? I want to say last year, was it kind of like beach music a little bit?
Their main thing is beach music, and so they do a little bit of that. They do the wobble, they do the Cupid Shuffle. They get people out there dancing and stuff, and you've got some regular dancing, you've got some crazy dancing and some line dancing, so people have a lot of fun.
Sure. Okay, so people, they want to bring themselves, obviously, and maybe a friend. Mm-hmm. But what about chairs? Do they need to bring chairs?
Yeah, bring your lawn chair. Okay. We will be up in the parking lot again.
Sure.
We've done that the last several years because one time that we tried to do it down in the park, we had a lake in the back.
Yeah.
And so we just flipped everything around, and everybody really enjoyed it. And it was so cozy that we've decided to just keep it up in the parking lot. And we have plenty of room for what we're doing. So you bring your lawn chair. You can buy tickets at Benchmark Bank, Farmers Bank, Karen's Bridal, on eventbrite.com. Or at the gate. They are $5 more at the gate for the drinkers. All the other prices are the same. So $25 at the gate for drinkers, $15 for the designated drivers that aren't going to be drinking, and then $10 for kids down to 10 years old.
Sure.
So we'll have plenty of tickets. There's plenty of room for everybody.
Yeah.
And,
Let me ask you, do you have any children activities lined up for the kids that are coming out, or is it kind of just...
We do not. We've thought about that a couple of different times, and we may try to partner with somebody and try to do that in the future. I've thought about having bounce houses down in the park, but you never know what the weather's going to do.
Yeah.
Is it going to be too wet and muddy down there to have a bounce house and stuff? So, but we've thought about different things. We at times have had like face painting and
that's
things
a good
like
idea.
that. So that's
those are always fun.
Mm-hmm. But kids enjoy going around and looking at all the different crafts and stuff and listening to the music too. You see a lot of kids out there dancing.
100%.
It's like a wedding reception. They're all out there.
It would be cool. I mean, I don't know if you can even make this happen, but like a live wine mashing, like have a little. That's a lot. That might be too much, actually. Sorry, I mentioned it. But
I'll have to talk to the wineries and see what they want to do about that.
So what kind of new wineries? I think you may have mentioned a few, but so do you have any new wineries that this is their first year coming out in particular?
Yeah, Front Four Cellars is new. And they do fruit wines, and they are going to have slushies with them.
Oh, wow.
So that's a new thing. They're real excited about coming. I think they are in Midlothian. So they're, local as we get, because we've got Goochland for Bird Cellars. What is it called? Natalie, Nathalia, or whatever.
Yeah.
That's where Bright Meadows comes from. Muddy Paws is up by Scottsville. They have a cute little winery, and all of their wines are fruit wines, and they're named after rescue pets that they've had during their lifetime. And then Rebec, Rebec's always with us, and they always do that garlic festival in October and stuff. And so,
Sure. Well, let me ask you, Cheryl, you kind of head this whole operation up, the Farmville Wine Festival, right?
Yes.
It takes a lot of dedication, I'm sure, and a lot of time and a lot of planning, coordination.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite wine?
Do I have a favorite wine? I like the sangria that Bird Cellars brings with them.
Sure.
I think that's probably one of my favorite. I'm looking forward to Front Four to see what they have. I like the sweeter wines. Not everybody likes the sweet wines. And so I have favorites that I've garnered over the years from different wineries and stuff. A lot of the apple wines are good. Blackberry usually is good no matter where you get it. And I think Bright Meadows should have a blackberry wine.
Sure.
And I think that Muddy Paws has a blackberry wine. Yeah, they do have a blackberry wine because I tasted it the other day. So yeah, blackberries probably my favorite.
I feel you on that. I like a white Zinfandel is very good. It's also on the sweeter
as dry
side.
as I get. Is white Zinfandel.
Yeah, exactly. It's like semi-sweets, semi-dry. It's right in the middle. Very nice. Well, Cheryl, I remember last year you had little cups for people to take home. Do you have another kind of like something like that?
Yes, they will get a stemless wine glass with their ticket to do their tasting. You can buy glasses of wine at the wineries. You can buy open bottles at the wineries and drink it while you're there, or you can buy wine by the case if you want to take it home.
If you're feeling frisky.
If you're feeling frisky, yes.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we're going to have the beer from Three Birds Brewing.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right. Well, that sounds like very exciting. I want to say last year, did you guys have the wine festival the same day as the art crawl? That was kind of nice, right?
I think so.
It
was
happened
the
to fall on the
26th
same
or
days,
something.
right?
Yeah. There was a lot of stuff going on that weekend.
Yeah, it was nice because I was like walking around with wine, and then I realized I'm like I strolled too far away. I'm like in a totally different section. I'm surrounded by paintings and I'm holding alcohol. But yeah, no, that was really good. But All right, so the Castaways are going to be there. A lot of different vendors, and you said something about antiques. You're going to have
we have one
crafts.
group that does like vintage. They do they use neckties and make a lot of different things, and then they also have some vintage like glassware and stuff like that at their booth.
Absolutely. Well, that's very, very exciting. Do you have a favorite part that you're looking forward to? Other than getting down to the Castaways,
getting everybody settled so I can sit down and enjoy everything as well. We're kind of a pretty good, well-oiled machine these days because we know who to contact and we know what we need to have done and what we need to get done beforehand. And then it's a flurry getting everybody all set up. And then once ticket sales start flowing smoothly and we get the crowd thinned down because there's a lot of people that just show up and then you've got all these people you got to sell tickets to and check armbands and make sure they're appropriate age and all that stuff and everything. So once it settles down till about 12 or so, then I can sit back and enjoy myself. And just kind of periodically check on
easy.
People. So
All right.
We have a great group with our Meals on Wheels board. They will all be there helping out in some way, shape, or fashion. So be sure and stop by and say hi to them as well.
Absolutely. And then do you have a place for people to reach out if they have any questions about this event?
They can reach out on our Facebook page, but we will not be answering any questions on the day of the festival. It's inevitable. I always have somebody going, are there tickets available on site? Yes, there are tickets available on site. I will not be answering any questions because I don't look at my phone. I am too busy in the morning getting everybody set up and stuff. So, and if there's a severe storm, we will push off till the next day. But that is Easter Day, and we're hoping that doesn't happen.
Sure.
What is our forecast for Friday?
Well, let's pull it up right now. So Friday, it's going to be mostly sunny with a high around 77. Nice day. Saturday, partly sunny with a high around 84, and then looks like Sunday, partly sunny. High with 81. So it should be like a warm weekend, I think,
Sounds good.
With Friday
That's always my
off.
angst. My ulcer angst the week of the festival is looking at the weather and going, oh, gosh. And we've only had to move it one time. That was a couple years ago.
Well,
we had to move it to the next day. And so in all the years that I've been doing it, which I've been doing it for almost 12 years now, I think, minus the 2 that we were closed during COVID. But
one day is not bad.
One event out of all that. So knock on wood. Find me some wood.
That's right.
I've jinxed myself.
Let me ask you this, Cheryl. Do you have an expected amount of people arriving? Do you guys usually take that into consideration of being like, we have this many tickets and we expect this many people to arrive, etc.?
It's always different. Easter weekend's usually a little bit slower. It's just how we fall sometimes. We don't really have any choice on how that works out. But I think the most people we've had is probably around 1,500. I think we usually expect by the time you have everybody that's there, people volunteering and all the vendors and stuff, we probably usually have around 1,000 people.
Yeah.
So it's a small event, but it sure does help out our Meals on Wheels group because we usually don't make less than $10,000. So that's great.
I'm going to ask you a question. I hope it's not too personal. Okay. What time do you wake up the day of the festival to get ready?
I'll be up at 5:30 because I will be here at the park at 7 a.m. just in case somebody wants to set up early. And I've had people show up at 7 o'clock or be waiting on me when I showed up at 7 o'clock. We do place people as they arrive, and so first come, first serve for the best spots.
Sure.
Except for the wineries, I place them around so that they're not all on top of each other. But
That makes sense.
Yep.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. And then how long does it take for you to break down usually?
We are usually broken down seriously in like 30 minutes.
Wow. That is...
Everybody's ready and poised with their boxes to get everything packed back up. And then we just have to run around and get our trash all gathered up and put in one spot for the town and make sure that we've got all of our stuff. And so we're out of there in an hour. But usually breaking down pretty much is done in 30 minutes. Sometimes the food vendors take a little bit longer, but yeah.
I'm sure certain food vendors might start breaking down early if it's 10 minutes close to closing. They might start breaking down generally.
We try to encourage nobody to do that because if one starts breaking down, everybody
wants to
starts
start breaking down. That does make sense. I get that.
And it puts a bad taste, if people are trying to buy things and
enjoy the
people
time.
are like, oh no, I'm closed. Well, no, you're supposed to run until 5 o'clock.
Gotcha. Okay, well that actually makes a lot of sense. Very nice, very nice. All right, so again, to reiterate, the April 19th is the day.
Mm-hmm.
They can get tickets at Benchmark Banks.
Benchmark Banks, both of the branches of Benchmark, Appomattox Bank, Farmers Bank of Appomattox, I'm sorry, the branch here in Farmville, and Karen's Bridal.
Okay,
gotcha. And then at the gate. Excellent. And sales for those tickets will close at the end of business for those businesses on Friday. There will be no tickets available on Saturday morning.
Absolutely.
So you're going to have to pay full price on Saturday morning.
$25. 25 big ones. Yeah. All right. Well, we do have a few more. These things have been flying away like hotcakes on the radio. So we do have a few more to give away. We're giving them away 2 a day. So if you want to try to win a ticket, you can do that by listening and calling in when we go ahead and open up the phone line. So you have a couple of options of getting tickets to the wine festival. All right, Cheryl. Well, I think I've taken up most of your time.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
But I appreciate you coming in today. I appreciate you talking about the wine festival. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a great event. And I'll see you there.
Okay, sounds great. Y'all come out and support Meals on Wheels.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Have a great one.
Thanks.
All right, that was Cheryl Gibson with the Farmville Wine Festival. Your time right now, it is 8:23, and now time, we are going to check the weather forecast real fast. I think John Staten is on his way into the studio, and there we go. He's marching in when the saint came marching in. Hey, John. Oh, nope, he's leaving. All right, so... how was your weekend, everybody? I think Henry tried calling earlier. We had a guest on, so well, if Henry's listening and he wants to give us a call back, sorry, Henry, we had a guest on, so I couldn't take your call. But 434-394-0924 is the number to call into the Call Flo Radio Show. If you want to talk about, this wine festival, call in. I'm happy to discuss most things as long as it's not too personal, so John's shaking his head no and discuss. Well, John, what would you say, John? What would you say
as far as
anything? Yeah,
I'd say what happened on this day in history.
Yeah. All right, John, how you doing?
I know
how you doing, John?
All you've got is the weekend question. That's it.
How's it going?
It's going.
All right.
How about you?
Look, John, I'm doing great, man. I'm doing good. I'm working on my first cup of coffee. I had a weird thing happen last night. I feel like
you got the shakes.
No.
Oh, what happened?
Well, look, it's something that doesn't happen at my age usually.
Can we talk about that on the air?
Yeah, no. We can talk. I'm 22, right? This is a common problem with, like, I would say people. Well, I guess it can happen at any age, but usually people in their mid 30s they get this acid reflux. I woke up last night, John. John, can I break this?
I'm listening.
Okay. I woke up last night and I just felt a burning sensation in my chest. And so I had to run up into the kitchen because I tried laying on my side. I tried laying on my other side. I tried yoga. Nothing was working. And so I was like, I think I have Tums in the kitchen. So I had to go running. Those things work, and they're generic.
They work for you?
They're generic.
What do you mean by
Tums.
generic?
They're not like Tums brand. It's the knockoff brand.
I got you.
And I mean, I took a handful of them because I was like, I can't fall asleep like this. It's not working, but it did work, so that was nice. Yep. Thank you, John. Thank you. But
do you say that and sing it to yourself when you take it?
No.
It works better if you do it that way.
But my thing is, I didn't read that on the label. That didn't say to do that on the label, John.
No, you just do it anyway.
Oh, okay. But it feels like a very uncommon problem for a person my age. A young buck, as they call him, young
getting
22.
older, my friend, and you'll find a lot of things happening that didn't happen as often.
I got a pain in this butt, and I got a pain in my butt right now, John. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Anyways, I'm going to keep moving on and ask you, John, whether or not you're going to this wine festival. I already know the answer, but I'm going to ask you anyways.
I don't know. Maybe.
Just say no. Just say no.
No,
You're not going.
Oh, well, you're going?
I actually
Put me
will
on the
be.
spot.
I
I'll put you on the
actually.
spot. Are you going to be there? Are you going to be like one of those people that is like doing all the presentations and whatnot? Are you going to be like sniffing corks and
Well, John, like
and letting the wine breathe?
there's something to
You let
that.
the wine
All.
breathe?
There's something to that. All you know, John. It's not made up.
He cut off his mic so he could blow his schnoz. The schnoz.
All right. Maybe today is not the greatest day for me to be on air. I took a Zyrtec. Yeah, allergies.
Sinus and all
And also, like I said, I had acid reflux last night. Like I woke up and I felt like somebody was pouring acid into my chest. And so that was difficult. And it was weird too because I didn't I didn't eat anything before I went to bed last night. And that's usually when it kicks in after you eat something, whether it's like acidy or tomatoey. It's kind of. Sorry, somebody just walked in.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you found that funny.
I was saying tomatoey, and that's a. Yeah. All
Will
right.
Noah ever be better? Ever?
I would not count on it.
There you go, John. You finally
Thank
got your
you,
answer.
Mr. Predicto.
Yeah, finally got your answer.
God.
All right, John. Well, all right. Well, it's almost the bottom of the hour. That means you get to read your birthday calendar and your.
Yeah.
I know you're super excited for that.
I'm always excited.
Yeah. Do you have any plans for this upcoming weekend?
We're only in Tuesday. Oh, that crutch. We got to get you a new crutch.
I have no crutch, John.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
asking questions here.
The same one, though.
Yeah.
What did you do this weekend, and
Yeah.
what are you going to do the
Following weekend. Yeah.
But so you never really answered, though. Are you going to be at the wine festival?
I'm going to be at the wine festival. I'm gonna.
Are you a presenter? Are you smelling corks? And
Not smelling corks, though I would love to.
I'm sure you would. You
I don't think they offer that.
You like
at
putting the corks
festival.
up your nostril.
Well, John, it's a part of the experience, man. People have been doing it for hundreds of years.
Do you like smell it and go, oh, the bouquet?
I do
all that
swish.
sort of
I
stuff?
do switch my wine around a little bit to kind of release some of the
Connoisseur.
tannins and stuff. Yeah. And then I get a big whiff. I'm like, yeah. I don't really. Yeah. I don't make those noises that
The
you're making.
grapes could ruin the bouquet of the wine.
Yeah.
Is that how you?
Well, John, luckily for me, we have to jump to the weather
Luckily for
forecast.
you, okay.
So we're going to go ahead and do that now. And the weather is being brought to you by Harold W. Collins Clearing and Grading, located at 2113 Cumberland Road in Farmville.
Harold W. Collins Clearing and Grading has been helping to build Southside and Central Virginia since 1960, providing all excavation, general contracting, and hauling needs. 5 miles north of Farmville, 2113 Cumberland Road, at the intersection of 45 and Range Tavern Road. Call 392-6010 or stop by Harold W. Collins Clearing and Grading.
Alrighty, time for the weather forecast, and today looks like this: cloudy through the mid-morning, then gradually becoming clear with a high around 68 west winds between 9 and 14 miles an hour, increasing to 17 and 22 miles an hour in the afternoon. Tonight, clear skies with a low around 44. Wednesday, sunny with a high around 64. Wednesday night, clear skies with a low around 37. Thursday, sunny with a high around 69. Thursday night, partly cloudy with a low around 45. And Friday, mostly sunny with a high around 77. Currently right now in Farmville, your temperature outside, 62 degrees out right now, humidity at 79%, wind speed 9 miles an hour, in precipitation at 0% in downtown Farmville. The weather was brought to you by Harold W. Collins Clearing and Grading. Call them today at 434-392-6010.
Thank you, Vinny Boombots.
Now time for your birthday calendar. And your birthday calendar being brought to you by Creative Electrical Contractors, located at 1907 East 3rd Street in Farmville.
Creative Electrical Contractors specializes in commercial and industrial projects and offers quality work at competitive prices. CEC is a licensed Class A contractor in Virginia and North Carolina. Creative Electrical Contractors has been in business for 25 years, still committed to the values that were established when the company opened in 1998. Integrity, quality workmanship, and timely delivery. CEC, located at 1907 East 3rd Street, Farmville. You can contact CEC at 434-392-3802 or at creative-electrical.com.
Oh boy, well, it's John's favorite time. John, you got those birthdays?
I'm reporting from where we talk normally.
All right.
And the birthdays for today.
Mm-hmm.
That would be Tuesday.
Tuesday.
April 15th. If you're keeping score at home. Happy birthday going out to Sharon. I'm going to say Caldwell. The name runs through the numbers here, and it's a little hard to decipher when it does that. But other than that, this looks like. Can you pass me my? And you might want to take that out of automatic.
All right,
with the whole day
okay.
with broadcast.
All right, take it easy.
I'm just helping.
All right.
Okay.
That's what you call it?
Or could I just not say
I
the
don't
thing
know.
and just let it roll?
Well, I heard it play,
Okay.
John.
Juki Gates.
Yes.
Juki. Juki is the name.
Sure.
It is.
Okay, I believe you.
Okay. Juki Gates. Well, how would you say it? Jukey?
No, that sounds about right.
Okay. And Betty Burgess also having a birthday, and Morgan Hollifield.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're all having birthdays today.
Incredible. Incredible.
It is.
Unbelievable.
And if you'd like to, partake and let us know, you can send those. It might be a little late now, but you can send them to birthdays at WFLO.net. By the way, that includes the anniversaries as well.
Birthdays, anniversaries, any sort of celebration. Send that in.
Well,
send the date in.
Yeah. And you can also phone in if you'd like to. 434-394-0924.
Absolutely. Well, John, I think we had a actually, hold on. I have to read the script.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The birthday calendar, obviously, brought to you by Creative Electrical Contractors. If it's not right, they'll make it right. Call 434-392-2802.
We never go off script.
Never go off script.
Is
But
Noah
we do-
having an interesting day? A good day? Will he have a good day?
Highly doubtful.
This thing is on fire today.
Well, John, we have a special guest. It's
We
our
do.
social media manager, Taylor Palmer. Taylor Palmer, come on
Can't
down.
afford a percussionist, so I'm doing it.
Say hello. How you doing?
Hello, how is everybody?
Everybody's doing good.
Pot her up.
Yeah, no, she's all the way.
She's all the
potted
way
up.
up.
Yeah,
This
you have
is
to.
very official.
You have to really talk into the microphone
Okay.
a little bit.
Okay, I'm
and
not a
project your
professional
voice
like you two.
No, you guys are. You're fine.
Professional what?
I won't say it.
Okay.
All right. So Taylor, how was the ride? You drove from Richmond to
I did, yeah.
Farmville. How was the drive?
It actually wasn't bad.
No morning
It's-
traffic. No.
No, it wasn't. I got here just early enough to beat it. So
Oh wow,
it wasn't
that's
too bad.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
What time did you have to wake up? Like 2:00 in the morning? No.
I was supposed to get up at 6. I did wake up at 6:30
Mm-hmm.
because I don't like my alarm.
Yeah. No, I got that. Yeah.
So yeah, wasn't too bad though. It was
Okay,
a calm
well.
drive.
That's good.
How was your drive in?
My drive was great. it was a good drive, I stopped by Uptown, got some coffee.
Okay.
So that was
What type
nice.
of coffee?
It's a mocha latte.
Why?
Well, because I
manly drink.
well, I like mocha and I like lattes, and so I got it all in one.
Is that what you usually get every morning?
No, it's not. I usually change it up.
It's a
Actually.
lemon twist.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what I got, and I woke up. I was telling John that I woke up this morning at 1:00 with acid reflux, which
That
I
happens
feel
to me all the time.
I hate that.
What'd you eat for dinner?
I didn't eat dinner last night. Really?
Well, that'll happen if you don't eat dinner.
Okay, I thought that only happens if you eat dinner, and then
No.
go to bed.
No, if you don't eat dinner, you can get
You
it.
can still get it.
Because your stomach acid has nowhere to go and nothing to process, so
Oh,
it just
man.
comes up.
Well, that makes sense.
Everything tastes better the second time around.
Yeah.
It does.
Do you have experience with acid reflux,
No,
John?
I'm more like a cow. You chew your cud. That type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you? What do
No,
you
I
chew-
actually I do.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
have suffered through the acid reflux thing. You can. Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
it's
I
not.
have suffered
Not
through
good.
it. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah. No, you're right. It's terrible.
Yeah.
All right.
But you put in the Tums, the off-brand.
Yeah, no, I got the generic Tums.
Those are the best, though.
They're so good. I took
Yeah, but you can't
like
go Tums when you take it.
I'm okay with that.
yeah.
I can sacrifice that.
I think that's
It works
unnecessary, to be honest.
No. It's like using those hefty bags. You gotta, when you put the trash hefty, you gotta have that.
Do you have to say that?
Yes.
But
It really enhances the experience.
what? Maybe it does. I mean, I don't know. I haven't tried
It's like
it.
when you use Charmin.
Yeah. Charmin. Yeah. Wow. Ultra soft.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
Any of those products.
Sure. You say the name brand, and that kind of
It
helps.
seems to help me.
Yeah. That's
It
very
enhances
interesting.
the experience. Yeah. Yeah, it's like parquet.
What
Taylor.
flavor Tums are? That's an important
I
question.
literally it was black. I couldn't see anything, and I was just like,
I
the,
thought you
the,
meant
the Tums were not black.
The Tums
and I
were
was like,
black.
that's really concerning.
No. I mean, it was just like total darkness, and I couldn't see anything, and so I was just like grabbing, and I felt the big. You know how they come in that big container, and you shake them, and it sounds like
And it's so loud.
yeah,
and it
so
wakes
loud.
everybody up around you.
Yes, yeah. My cat came out, and he was
You
like,
woke up Jeff?
I woke up Jeff.
Did he think it was treats?
He did. Like I'm standing in the kitchen, I can't see.
Yeah.
They were Jeff's treats
Yeah.
that you were gobbling up. That's probably why you woke up.
That's why. That is
Get your
why.
hands off of it.
Yeah.
But were they mint flavored or fruit flavored?
It was
or-
like fruit flavored.
so
It's
sick
like
of you.
grape. I don't know.
It's disgusting.
You know, I don't even think I bought these Tums. I think somebody gave them to me. Like somebody gave me
kind of
old
worse.
Tums. I know. It's so much worse.
It's the gift that keeps giving.
It's like one of those situations, you know, when you're like feeling sick and somebody's like, take my sick medication, or like, take my cold and flu. I have these things. You can just take them with you. Take them. That's what happened. Like I had acid
Right.
reflux one time.
Preparation
Somebody was
aids.
like, take these Tums. I don't want them. And so now I have some guy's Tums in my apartment. That sounds really weird. But I think people get the drift, you know. That I have generic Tums that aren't even really Tum brand. Anyways, John. All right. Do you want to bring up an oddity? I feel like
You're lost?
Oh no, I'm not lost, John. But I just I want to get you
figured-
involved in this.
What? I thought we were talking about the great off-brand Tums
yeah.
controversy here.
Well, do you like mint Tums or fruit Tums? Well, let's get you involved.
I don't take Tums.
So when you have acid reflux, you just sit with it?
We roll with it.
Okay.
We roll with it.
And I think we have a caller, so we're gonna go hop to the phone line.
We hop.
All right,
It's
caller.
almost Easter time.
Can you hear us? You're on the air.
Whoa.
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you. How are you all today?
Good, Henry.
Sounds like the cyborg calling you.
Yeah, this is your signal's a little. I'm gonna have to lower you down. Your signal is a little very, very choppy. Do you mind calling back? Is that okay?
Yeah, the phone sound.
It sounds really odd. Just give us a call back, and then we'll take it. All right. That was.
What was the Star Trek: The Next Generation? The Borg.
Yeah.
Yeah, that it sounds like the
Cyborg,
Borg
yeah.
is. Yeah,
All right. That was interesting.
it was. It's gonna get a lot more interesting.
Yeah, when it calls back.
Try it again,
All right.
maybe. Good morning.
Good morning.
There we go. It sounds way better.
So much better.
Oh, that's better, huh?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Well, good. Hey, I promised that I was going to share something about the late Irvin Moss, and I plan to do that in just a little bit. So I give a chance for any of his kinfolks, friends in the Dillon area to maybe call someone who was Irvin's friend or cousin, and they might be interested in hearing a couple of little stories I want to share about Irvin. But I'll get to that in a little bit. I saw an article, and in a strange way, this kind of makes sense. The odds of a bomb being on an airplane is 1 in 4 million, with an M, million. The odds of 2 bombs on the same plane are 1 in 5 billion, with a B. 5 billion. So this guy carries a bomb with him when he flies because it gives him better odds that nobody else has got one.
There you go. Always beating the odds.
Yes.
And that kind of makes sense. It really does. A friend of mine was standing on the street corner one day, and a blind gentleman with his seeing eye dog on the other side, across the street, just stepped right out in the line of traffic. And of course, I guess the poor fellow, he couldn't tell when the light changed. So he walks out, and his dog is bringing him on across the street, and cars are going by and slapping on brakes, and he'd like to hit him a half dozen times. So he gets across the street, and he reached in his pocket and pulled out a big cookie and held it out to the dog. And the guy watching all this said, "Fella, that dog almost got you killed a half dozen times. You're not going to reward him, are you?" And the blind gentleman said, "Reward him? No, as soon as I can locate his head, I'm going to kick his behind." That kind of makes sense.
It does make sense.
Yeah. I don't know if y'all heard it, but a shipload of yo-yos sank, and the ship came up and went back down again, and came back up and went back down again. I mean, I guess, I don't know, I was still doing it, I suppose.
Yeah,
But
it's had
anyway,
its ups and downs.
Yeah. The guy carrying the sign said, "Down with ups." Anyway, as they say in the United States, a woman has a baby every 7 seconds. Now, they need to lock her up somewhere by herself.
Or figure out what's causing that.
Yeah. This woman is having that baby every 7 seconds.
That's a problem for everybody.
Yeah, it makes it a problem for everybody. I promised to share a little bit about Irvin Moss. I mentioned part of this some weeks ago. Irvin was a classmate of mine, and his family very prevalent there in the Dill area. And well known. Sandra Moss was president of the Independent Car Dealers Association of America, and of course Bill Lewis and Sandra, they started the Moss Motor Company, and family still carries it on. And but anyway, Irvin was a classmate of mine from grade 1 through grade 12. Now, as many of you know, I was a victim of polio. So when I got to the 8th grade, most of my classmates were from other school districts, and they did not know of my physical condition. Mm-hmm. So the first day at high school, we were seated on the bleachers in the gym, and the gym teacher, the physical ed teacher, came in, and we're sitting on the bleachers, and rather than walking down, it had been difficult for me to get down in the middle of the bleachers, so I waited for everyone to get seated, and I sat right on the end of the bleachers. And in a way, the coach started to speak, and he said, "Oh, I left my enrollment upstairs in the principal's office." And he then pointed to me, and he said, "Hey, run up there and get my enrollment book." Well, I hesitated because I would have had to gotten up and gone out of the gym, across the stage, down into the auditorium, and then through that, and up 2 flights of stairs just to get the book. So when he said, "You run up there and get it," and I hesitated a moment, And he looked back at me and he said, "What's the matter with you? Are you a cripple?" And I felt my face get red because I didn't know 2/3 of the students. And anyway, Irvin Moss immediately said, "Coach Henry just got out of the hospital. Can I go for him?" So Irvin stepped up and helped me. Mm-hmm. And I'll never forget that. In the phys ed program, I would be the umpire, and because I couldn't run and play the games and all, so I would be the umpire. And one day I made a bad call on a pitch, and the player yelled at me, "Fulcher, don't you know that home plate has corners?" Irvin Moss was playing first base, and he yelled at the other player, and he called his name and said, "If you open your mouth one more time at Henry, I'm going to come over there and feed you a knuckle sandwich." And there was a loud silence from the gentleman for the rest of the game, for the fellow.
Right.
But Irvin stepped up. He was quick. He just did it instinctively. And unfortunately, recently, and I didn't find out, someone called and told me about 10 days ago that Irvin had moved from the Dillon area and was living in the Richmond area, but he was putting up a bird feeder on top of a post, and he was on a ladder at the top of the post, putting in a little bird house. And somehow or another he lost his balance and fell off of it, and it was tragic. He did not recover. And but I wanted his family and his friends to know about that, and I'll never forget what Irvin did for me. It was a great encouragement, and even though it could have put him on the spot, he did what he thought was right. And he'll always be special in my memory. And one day we'll be together again. And so I wanted to share that about Irvin Moss. And there's a lot of other things I'll think of after I get off the air, but anybody has any comments or would care to talk with me, the number is 394-09. No, let me give you that's the phone number for the station. Let me give you my personal phone number, 414-0096, and that's a 434 number. But I wanted to just do a little tribute to my late friend Irvin. I believe, shared part of this story to him a year or two ago, but I want to share it with everybody.
Thank you, Henry.
So, thank you very much. I don't usually do something this serious all the way through, but anyway, I did a little tribute from me to his family and friends. And I thank you, and I hope to share some other things with you tomorrow.
All right, Henry, you take care. Have a great day. Thank you for sharing all that with us.
Yeah, thank you much.
All right. Bye-bye.
God bless.
That was Henry Fulcher, the one and only Henry Fulcher.
So you were asking about oddities. All right, Vegas Chapel offering Star Wars I know you want to jump in. And Vegas Chapel offering Star Wars themed weddings for May 4th. Why May 4th?
I don't know.
May the 4th be with you.
Okay. I was actually going to ask about Henry's phone call and ask you what you thought about the story, but
I think it's touching that he wanted to bring the gentleman up, because that sounded like when they were young, that guy always had Henry's back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so, that was very touching. I mean, he felt the need to tell these stories to let us know that, he thought a lot of them, and because, like I said, he was always there for Henry. But anyway, Las Vegas Wedding Chapel celebrating Star Wars Day on May 4th. Would you do such a thing? Are you a Star Wars fan?
No, I don't.
You're not a Star Wars fan?
Yeah, I like Star Wars, but I'm not going to go have my wedding day on May the 4th. Also, I'm pretty sure that's my parents' anniversary, so I don't want to have the same anniversary as my parents.
Would that be emotionally weird for you?
I think it would just be weird for the Star Wars reason, not let alone the parents' reason.
Oh, I thought maybe that's
I
where you were
want to
going.
say May the 4th is. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm like 99%.
But you would be funny about having, even if it wasn't May the 4th, you would be just odd to have
I think so. Yeah,
similar to your parents.
Yeah, because it's just weird, you know. I want my own day.
Like it, do you?
I want my own day. I think that's the least I can, thing, that I can have. It's just my own day.
Yoda, one for me.
Okay.
That's I can't take credit
And
for
we
that
have a
joke.
phone call coming in, so we're gonna hop to the phone lines now.
You're
You're gonna surf the phone line waves, man. No, okay. All right, caller, you're on the air.
Hey, John, what are you doing this weekend?
Gee, I've never been asked that before. Well, it's Easter weekend, right?
Yeah.
Probably go hunting for Easter eggs, I'm guessing.
You're going to go by yourself hunting for Easter eggs?
No, that takes a group effort. It at least takes more than one person.
No, when you find one, you said earlier you say the brand name, so do you hold it up and go, Easter egg?
Yeah, sure, why not? Easter egg!
So, you do that? Is that a thing that people do?
What?
When they grab one, they raise it up above their head and they shout Easter egg?
Well, why not?
No, I was asking, is that something...
You did it. I enjoyed your interview that you did.
He's talking to you, Noah.
Yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, with Jimmy Hurt from the Historical Society?
No, the one that John did.
Oh, so he's talking about you, John.
Which interview?
Yeah. The one on Facebook. Get to know the staff at WFLO.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
I like how you were so matter of fact. She asked you, are you a dog person or a cat person? Dog.
Oh, that interview.
Would you ever want to own one?
Yeah.
Would you ever want to own one? No.
I'm just being honest.
What's your favorite kind of music, Rob? What's your least favorite country?
Yeah.
Well, I said that, but I mean, country more so meaning country as it is now, as opposed to older country, which I like certain artists, certain songs of that genre, but not. I don't just like anything.
Absolutely.
So, Noah, what are your favorite country songs?
I have none. I hate country. I think it's the worst actual genre. And then, like, my thing is this. I hate. Okay, don't you hate the people that are like, oh, you hate country, so that means you hate Johnny Cash. If me saying I hate country means I have to hate Johnny Cash, I hate Johnny Cash. I hate all those old guys. Like, it really. That's how I feel about it. That would be
Noah Massage.
Because it's a trick question. It's you hate certain country music, but what about Johnny Cash? Like they always bring up that guy. I'm like,
because he's iconic.
Yeah.
Well, George Strait, if you're listening, the number is 434.
George Strait. Well, thank you for saying you enjoyed the interview.
Yeah.
Is that the one where I was petting the
on the microphone?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can think
it looks like a cat. Or
yeah. It's just a fur ball.
Yeah.
It's just a ball of fur.
Like in the Tribbles in Star Trek.
Yes. Very much so.
Yeah.
Why was she in the studio a few minutes ago?
Well, she's actually in town to get some more stuff shot, and we're kind of working on recording some interviews. So
one's never enough.
Well, one's never enough. We're actually trying to get like a full length interview with John. I think that would be really cool because like that was only a couple of seconds.
Yeah, but it took all day to do that.
Yeah, because it was very tough. Taylor's actually, if she wants to add anything, she's on standby. Okay. Oh, well, take my headphones. Actually, how are we gonna? Okay. Why are you here?
Hello again. Noah and I are going to make some really fun content today for Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. So make sure you follow us
hi,
there.
Taylor.
'Cause
He's
it's
saying
going to be
hello.
fun stuff.
It's a shame she can't hear.
I know.
Yeah, I can't
Okay, take
hear.
my headphones. Well, actually, I need that.
Yeah, you kind of need those.
I kind of need those.
That's okay.
I'll
You
tell
guys
what,
can just rely
I
on
got some ragtag ones I can get for
Oh.
myself if you want to use these.
Actually, hold on. I have headphones in my pocket, so we're going to do a quick swap.
Dude, do you carry headphones in your pocket?
He's asking if you carry headphones in your pocket.
Oh, you're going to push them.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. Because you got it rigged a certain way.
There we go.
Noah carries. You should have seen that, caller. Noah's head
man.
collided with the microphone. It was,
That's going to be great for video.
and hopefully it was captured.
It definitely was captured.
That
Wow.
needs to be like an instant replay
Yeah.
over and over and over again with a zoink kind of sound effect or
Yeah,
something.
I'll do that just for you, John. I'll make
Thank
you
you.
one.
Please, thank you. I will forever be in your debt.
All right. Could everybody hear everybody, I guess?
This is Mr. Potato, by the way,
Yeah.
that we're talking to.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, caller. So Taylor can hear your questions now. Did you have any questions for Taylor since she did stop by the studio today?
Well, I'm going to tell her that you did a great job with those interviews that I've watched recently.
Oh, thank you so much. They were a lot of fun to do. We do have some longer
Yeah.
ones coming out, so stay tuned. They'll be up on our YouTube channel if you want to see any longer ones. Definitely give us a follow there.
I enjoyed how John answered your questions so matter of fact.
Yeah.
Would you ever want to own a dog? No.
Yeah, we had to do a few cuts of John's interviews. We had some stuff in those. No, I'm just kidding, John. No, that's how John is around the studio. So it was truly showed how he was. A very truthful interview.
Mm-hmm.
I don't beat around
Now,
the
do you
bush.
hear him around the studio? Does he ever do that laugh?
Which one? There's a lot of
The
them.
real high one, when he laughs real hard.
I have heard that a few times. I know Noah hears that a lot more than I do. So we were getting him to do the Scooby-Doo laugh yesterday.
I can't really do it right now. I can't do it.
He's still working on it.
Hey, Noah, will you do it for one Scooby snack?
No.
Okay. 2 Scooby snacks?
Have you met Ron Moody yet?
He's asking you.
Yeah, I haven't met him yet. I'd love to, though. So maybe one day when I'm around the studio, I'll get to meet him. I've heard great
John
things.
does a great impression of him.
Oh, gosh.
John, do your Ron Moody. You should do your Ron Moody.
Well, hello, friends. This is Ron Moody, and we're gonna. Well, who are you? What's your name?
Thank you for that, John.
You're welcome.
That was great.
Hey, what'd you do this weekend?
Are you talking to me, Ron?
Yeah.
Or should I say John? Sorry, I don't know.
We're going to have to do a whole reel of John's impressions just around the office.
Exactly, yeah.
No, John, do the Noah one.
Do the Noah one?
Oh, well, we got to go now.
Oh,
It
do
is
we have
9
to
o'clock.
go?
It's 9 o'clock, but go ahead.
Now we gotta go. Sorry.
Yep, all right. Well, anything else you want to say, caller, before we head out?
No. This has been fun.
Oh, it has
Have a great
indeed.
rest of your day.
Yeah.
Same
All right.
deal.
Enjoy. Bye. Bye. All right, that was Potato Man, and we got to head out now and get to the news. So, John, I will see you, well, I don't know, around the studio, and Taylor will be hanging out, recording some
Here
content
all
today.
day.
So, all right. Toodaloo, everybody. News and weather up next.